Hello? Hey, let me check on the volumes, okay? Let me check on the audios, make sure everything's Hello? Okay with. Hey, let me check on the volume. That prove it. Okay, anyway, thank you for welcome, TikTok, awesome people. YouTube, come on in, okay, so that I can start cooking today. Without further delay, would like to welcome all of you. Please help subscribe, thumb up, share, and whatever you feel like doing for me to support me, please do. But most of all, TikTok people are so awesome. Please don't forget to send likes and heart. I always appreciate that. Say hi to all of you. Thanks for dropping by, and I have something very delicious today that I'd like to share with you. As you know that you've been around me for a little while now, I cook varieties of food. Sometimes I do cook dessert. Sometimes I do cook Thai food, Cambodian, Laotian, American, Mexican, Cambodian food, and the only food that I have not cooked probably Japanese. Maybe that's what we should do next time. We just do the California rolls and we'll see how it goes, right? I used to make a whole bunch of that for family, and I but that's the thing that we're gonna do. Okay, last time I did was El Salvadorian food. I make the paposa, which is like, and then I make a few times. So it got easier. Now I have to get back to it because I kind of forgotten how to make that. But today I'm bringing you this delicious dessert. Okay, I can say that it's Thai, it's Cambodian, it's Laotian, in between. Now because Thailand and Cambodians are a little irritated at each other, so forgive me if I want that camaraderies and that friendship and the fraternize to come back between the two nations, because we do share a lot of common things, like the way we smile, the way we love each other. Those are the common things, and the way we cook our food, the way we sometimes some of the dress, some of the we do share the religion, though, you know, majorities of Thai and Cambodians are Buddhism, okay? Whether you believe in the Hindu, you believe in whatever it is, we all human beings, we share this beautiful planet was given by Almighty. So we are just a renter here. We came here for, if you live enough to be 120, then you're the luckiest person. If you live to be whatever age it is, we are here on the mission. The mission is to love and bring unities. But today, I don't want to go into that emotion. I've been crashing down for Thailand-Cambodian border the last few days. It really toned down my spirit. As you know, that I'm Thai descent, born in Cambodia, so that like smashed both ways, just like the double sword, like, you know. So now that thing had gotten improved in their relationship building up. So hopefully that, prayerfully that everything will be fine and dandy, okay? So today, without further ado, I like to come in and bring you into the kitchen so that we can cook, right? Let's forget about the war, let's forget about the indifferences, let's forget about the ignorance, let's forget about the fake news, let's forget about all that's going on. Do not forget, but let's put it aside. Let's focusing on our cooking, because we have to feed our, you know, a little cute tummy here. Hey, 28, thank you. I say hello to you also. Good morning to all. I guess must be good morning in Cambodia, in Thailand, in Laos, in Vietnam, in Burma. If you're from that region, that half of the meridian of time you're waking up, we barely gotten started, right? We just had a lunch and it's about to do early dinner. I'm not cooking dinners today. If I feel like it, I'll come back here and cook one delicious meal. But today, let's go and as you know that I have this, right? I used this in another cooking the other day, and I have half of this, and this baby is expensive, so I'm not about to waste it. So I found a better way to deal with this kabocha. It's one of those fancy pumpkins, okay? You don't find this in the American grocery store, because American had not yet grown this. I'm not sure if they do. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but then thus far this only been available at the Asian market, and the Cambodian call this Japanese pumpkin or Japanese squash. I don't know what Thai call these. I haven't been around Thai people that much since I left in 1980. Well, I visited there, but then the pumpkin is a little different than Kabocha. Okay, same thing for Cambodian. It is a seed here. These are all seeds here. So if you like to start your own garden, I have a whole bunch of seed growing in the backyard because Las Vegas is not that friendly with the element, so there's nothing grow. But yet, these seeds here are edible. Okay, I mean, it's edible. You can just roast this with salt and then munch it. And if it go into the fancy bag and through the process in the factory, this is gonna get expensive. Okay, so I'm telling you that this is where all the pumpkin seeds are coming from. Okay, it's coming from the pumpkin itself. Whether you call this pumpkin or not, it is a pumpkin. You can't call summer squash, winter squash, whatever it is. This is, they're all in the squash family, okay? Pumpkin family. Now it had a little symbolic of pumpkin, you know, American pumpkin, but this is called kabocha. It's a fancy name. I'm surprised I remember it. Okay, so before I do that, I went ahead and soaked my tapioca pearl. And tapioca pearl, it came in a bag, but I combined them in this little jar here. Okay, so it's a little speck. It's not as big as the tapioca pearl that you get in your pearl drink. The pearl drinks is about that big. Okay, but these are baby tapioca pearl that makes specifically for the sweet. And then I can turn this into a meal also. Maybe we'll do that next time. I did this tapioca ball before. It was so delicious, and my family said, "Mom, when are you gonna make the tapioca ball again?" Maybe that's what we'll do next week. Okay, to help you understand what are the main functions of all these oriental looking, crazy looking products here that you don't even know what to do with it. But let me show you how. Okay, so there's so many ways to make food out of these baby here. Okay, I mean, it didn't look anything interesting, but when you make meal out of this, oh, you wouldn't believe that you will love this product more and more. Okay, I'm not endorsing this thing. I'm just saying that if you see all these products at the Asian shelf and Asian store, supermarket shelf, and you wonder what are these for? So my job is to help you understand the functions and the capacity, how we can turn all this little ball into delicious meal. So today, as you see that as you have seen that I make a lot of dessert out of this. I make banana dessert, and I can't remember what else that I make out of this. But tapioca play such a big fundamental way for Asian life to help them with the cooking, in a dessert, in a meal. So it depends on what your heart desire. Okay, if you want to make dessert, then you turn into dessert. If you want to make a meal, then we find a way to make a meal out of this. But first of all, today, let's get busy, okay? I have the kabocha pumpkin. I have half of it. I cook half of it in another cooking. So, and then I have left of it. So I thought, well, I either make soup out of this, stir fry out of this. Believe it or not, this kabocha here, okay? It's so amazing. You can turn it into such a beautiful dinner, okay? You can steam this and have it with your baked chicken. You can turn this into the mashed pumpkins, mashed squash, and eat it with regular meal with your meat. Or in the Asian way, we don't eat it that way. We like to make soup out of it. We like to make dessert out of it, and we like to have varieties of eating this baby here. Okay, now because I'm not sure if Cambodia have already have the provision of this already, but it's not. Let's share that. Okay, the only thing that the things that I love about the kabocha is that it has such amazing flavor. It has that sweetness, creamy-ish, and it does not break apart easily. It has that glue-ish. You know, it's not like a regular pumpkin where when you boil it, it came apart. This here, actually, it'll stay together really well unless you go, you know, smash it up. And then the flavor of this is a little different than a regular pumpkin. It had that beautiful, unique of the oriental taste to it. Okay, I'm not boasting though, but you know, try one of this baby here, you would never go back to regular pumpkin. That's all I know. That's what happened to me when I tried these. I never go back on the regular pumpkin again. All right, let me scoop up the seed of these. Just remember, okay, this seed here are edible. Okay, wash it up nicely, sun dried it for a day or two, and then toss it onto the pan and roast it or microwave, but don't do it too long. Okay, maybe we'll do that next time when I show you how to roast the pumpkin seed. So that way you will have a healthier snack, because I'm allergic to corn. If I go to the movie and I wanted to snack on something at the movie theater, I would bring all this pumpkin seed. Of course, you know, gonna be a mess for spitting the what do you call it, the rinds or the skin out. Okay, I remember when I was driving long distance, I have to keep my mouth moving to have my brain function. So when I drive long distance, to prevent me from falling asleep on the road, so I would snack on pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds, or drink me a 1 shot of strong espresso, and then I won't sleep until the next day. So, all right, so there we go. Yeah, it's not Halloween yet. I agree with you, for those who celebrate Halloween in America. Okay, I would not want to waste this. You can make pie out of this also, but then because Asian don't know how to make pie out of pumpkin, but they make custard out of pumpkin. I did that. Remember, I carved this and I turn it to delicious custard. Like I carved the whole pumpkins and I mixed the custard and steamed this. Okay, I think I did that maybe a few months ago. Maybe I'll do that again after. Yeah, so all right, let's go and clean this up. Okay, we're gonna clean this pot off. I already washed this before I cut this up, so I make sure that all the residue, the carrot from the farm, will be eliminated. And this seed here, I would make sure that it's good seed, so it's very healthy seed. So this will grow. This, if it land on the earth, it'll grow. I have so many grow in the backyard. I'm not kidding with you. I can show you that another time. Okay, so so to do this, I either do with knife or I do with this peeler. Okay, it's gonna do the work. Let me get a sharper knife. Because the rind of this pumpkin here is quite tough. Look at that. This is how tough it is. Okay, it needs a little bit of force to cut it open. It's not like a regular pumpkin where you can just pierce through easily, and that's how the things are so well formed. Okay, so it's easy. So I have half of this, so I went ahead and I was gonna cook yesterday, and it was too much distraction, so I hold off my cooking. So I have this soaked, and last night I refrigerated. I have a 1/4 cup of tapioca. I didn't want too many because when the tapioca is cooked, it got gummy. It's what do you call it? The flowers and the gluten come out, and it started to thicken my dessert. So I learned that to use less of the tapioca, it'll still have a very nice juicy watery dessert. Okay, all right, let me try this in the civilization world. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Because this pumpkin here is not easy to peel. Okay, it's very sticky, and that's why make it so amazingly delicious, because of its toughness. It's tough now, but when I cook this, it turned out really, really nice. Okay, so let's do this so that way I don't scrape myself. I did that so many times. I should learn from the previous experience. Okay. I know we handle our cooking equipment differently. I'm sorry. This is how I was raised, and it's what I'm accustomed to. So it does look a little bit crazy to a lot of you because you do it outward. You know, I do it inward. And you say, "Well, you do it inward. You're gonna starve yourself." Yeah, not yet. The operative word is have not yet. So don't wish me bad luck. Okay? Don't think of anything negative. You just say that I've done this many times. So I've been lucky all this time, so don't jinx me, right? We'll be fine. We'll get through this together. Okay, let's get some cleansing going. All right, so let's keep it sinking. All right, we have a few more to go, and then once we're done, we were on our road to cooking. I love this right here. It works so good. I have my baby one too. Yeah, I have this right here. Oh, I like that better. I like this one better. Yeah, remember I got this from Thailand. I don't have to go to Thailand to get this, but I was looking for something more than these. But then I thought, well, let me bring one home. Right, I'm here. I mean, you can get this from Asian store. It's kind of yellow with a yellow handle, and there's a big one, a small one, and I had one with a scraper, and I have no use for that yet. I tried to grate it the coconut, then didn't work. So I hope you're all doing well. Did my greet my Thai family สวัสดีค่ะยินดีต้อนรับสุขสบายดีกันทุกคนนะคะส่งความรักส่งความห่วงใยทุกๆคนขอให้มีความปลอดภัยนะคะ and of course I have to do the same thing for Cambodian because I don't want them to say that I take sizes. Suc សบายប្រិមិត្តបងប្អូនខ្មែរបងប្អូនកម្ពុជាជាទីស្រឡាញ់ទីស្នេហាសុខសប្បាយជាទេមិនឆៃចាអស់ភ័យអស់ទុក្ខអស់ព្រួយហើយនៅសូមឲ្យមានសន្តិភាពសូមឲ្យមានសុខភាពល្អជួបជុំបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើបង្អែមលំបោសวันนี้จะบวชฟักทองนะคะ I know the word pumpkin in Thailand, it didn't sound very polite, but it does not mean that 4-letter word, okay? It's just the way, this is the name of this pumpkin here. And that's why I rather not say in Thai, because you always say, did Chef Anna just use the 4-letter word? Yeah. Yes, it sounds like that, and it is like that, but it's not that, so that's why I'd rather not say it. Okay, anyway, so welcome all of you. What I'm doing here is trying to remove the rind from this kabocha pumpkin, so that way I can clean up and wash it up nicely and chop it up into smaller pieces and make dessert out of this, okay? And this is a delicious dessert, and yeah, instead of make American pie, let's make Asian dessert. There's so many ways of fixing this thing. These things are tough, but this is tougher. You know, this baby right here, she's so powerful. I'm not playing with her. She's gonna try to give me a hug and bite my finger again. She did that last time. I'm like, girl, I thought we were good friends. Why biting me for? And got me bleeding. In fact, I still have a little mark here from that little knife. Okay, excuse me. 5-second rule. It's too big a piece for me to throw it away, so I'm gonna use very bit of it. All right. So my daughter was asking, Mom, are you gonna make ice cream out of this again? Remember last time when I make this tapioca banana in coconut cream, and I made pretty, and then I put that in the little, what you call it, in a little floral mold, and I froze it, and oh, it tastes so good when it's frozen. So my daughter asked me the same thing. Are you gonna make ice cream out of this? Yes, I can. If we have enough of it, and then we can freeze this and make it into ice cream. And these two, I can make this into different dessert. You know, I can cook this with sticky rice. I can make what do you call it? Mocha? Hold on, mochi. Sorry, not mocha. I can make mochi filling out of this also. It's just like the ube. Ube, they use ube for mochi filling. This pumpkin can do the same way. You know, just add a little sugar, a little cream, and then as good as 14 karat gold. All right, we got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Let me move my mess. Now you know why this kabocha pumpkins is so ready, available in the Asian store, because Asian people know what to do with them. I know that. I feel lost the same way if I go to ethnic market and don't know what are those fruit and vegetables are for. But because growing up with these, I get very familiar with it and watch grandma and grandpa and grandparents cook this, make this for the family, and that's how I remember it. Okay, we didn't go to school for this. I didn't go to school for this particular recipe here. It was born in my family also. I believe that every Cambodian family know how to make this dessert, and I also believe that every Thai family know how to make the dessert. Okay, so this is not strange. They're familiar with this. What I do is that trying to remove extra fiber from the pumpkin here, because I really want the like the flesh. But this is part of the seed, the fiber that hold the seed together. Because if you don't believe me, so see all that fiber there? Yeah. So it's just like human viscera. You know, it had the attachment, it had fiber, it has what you call it, muscle. Okay, I think it's the same way. All right, so I'm just doing the inside of the kabocha pumpkin here, or kabocha squash. So I'm just cleaning up extra fiber from the kabocha. So I don't have a lot today because I only have half of the pumpkin, but that will suit the need for the grandkids today. Let me clean this really good. Oh, I forgot one thing. This right here will require some slaked limes. Okay, I'm gonna blend this in some water just to increase the flavor. I'm gonna dilute with about half cup of water. I'm pretty sure it's half. can measure that right now. Oop. It's a cup, approximately. Okay, now that I have this pumpkin here, let's dissect this further. Okay, let's make this into a smaller pieces. Okay, we want this to cook quickly, so we're gonna make this in smaller pieces. Okay, if you want big piece, you could too, but if you make it smaller pieces, it's easier to cook. Okay, so let's dice it into this size. Okay, it's gonna be cute and cuddle. Or you can do big pieces also, but that would take a little time to cook. Okay, because I don't want it to wait it too long for this. So we're gonna do a small piece. You remember when my grandma, oh, my grandma is not such a sweet maker, but my great grandmother, because when all my family migrated to Cambodia, all my ancestors, they live in the same village. So I have grandparents from both sides family. So I was fortunate I can go different great-grandparent from my grandfather's side, and then great-grandparent from my mother's side. And then I have my grandparent on my mom's side. So there's grandpa on mom's side and a grandma on mom's side, plus my father. But my father family does not live in the same village with us. My father came from a little distant village that's closer to the Thai border. See, let me try to remember what town my dad came from. It's closer to the Thai border. It's called Prat Thai Nang or Ptai Niang. That's where my father migrated from. Well, actually, my father was born in Thailand and migrated to Cambodia with his parents. I never got to see his side of great-grandparents, only on my side, great-grandparents, on my dad, on my grandpa, and on my grandma. But on my dad's side, I didn't know much about them because they didn't migrate to Cambodia. Only my dad and a few of his family members that migrated to Cambodia. But on my mom's side, a whole bunch of them migrated. I think the whole village. I remember telling story that my great-grandpa beheaded somebody, and because they robbed him, and then to avoid the persecution, he left to Cambodia. Some horrifying family story, you know what I mean? Back in the day where they don't jail or they don't put vigilant or people who commit crimes like rapes or murder in jail. They behead them, like, you know, they tie you they tie you up and bind you to the log, and then it's graphic. Okay, so they beheaded. So my grandfather don't get beheaded, so he left to Cambodia. It took him a little bit of time to get to Cambodia, but then well, it wasn't my grandfather, my great-grandparents' fault because they were robbed, so they just act in self-defense. But my grandfather feel that he may not get justice for their crime. So So my grandparents, my great-grandparents left, took what they can take with them, and fled for Cambodia. This is before French colonies, or during French colony. In fact, I remember they telling me that when they were part of the coup of where the coup was formed to defend and driven the French out of the country, because Thailand never got Thailand, I think, is one of the nation in the Asian country in that region that's not being occupied or being colonized by the French. I think they might have partly colonized by the Japanese. I can't remember the whole story, but I just remember that when my great-grandparent was telling me about being in the coup, in Cambodian coup, and help driven the French out of the country. And the French was occupying in Cambodia soil for about 100 years. And that's how French expanded the territory, just like in Great Britain, they colonized a lot of continent. For not another word, just like in India, if I remember correctly, our neighbor Canada still might be still under the British colony, and even Hong Kong, they just gained their autonomy a few years ago from England, right? Am I wrong? I'm trying to remember what I heard a long time ago. But same thing, and that's how my family were brought into, migrated to Cambodia. And that's what made me Cambodian, because I was born in Cambodia. So when the genocide occurred, the Khmerus, the Pol Pot Khmerus came into my village and killed all the Thai habitat. That include my family. So going back, okay? I mean, that's how things work in the days, you know? So, yeah. I mean, that was war against humanity. So that's why I don't like to talk about it. When the Khmer taken over, my family survived the killing, survived the genocide, and fled to my ancestor land. And there is another issue. It's not a ball games. So now Thai saying that, well, they didn't recognize us as Thai citizen. So they forced us into a refugee camp, which we did. And so that's how I end up here in America. Because if we didn't come to America, we might get sent back like the rest of the Dong Red genocide. You know, we were. I'll have to talk about that another time when I'm ready to talk about it, because that's gonna be. I'll be crying too. Okay, but about all, I still have love for both nations. I'm more deep connected for Cambodia, because I was born and raised there for 11 years. I spent 6 years in Thailand, mainly in a refugee camp. And I spent 45 years in America. So, yeah, been there and done that. So why I'm telling you this, because I wanted to have an understanding of my background, why I'm so resiliency, why I'm so striving, why I'm have to be strong. Okay, I'm gonna soak this with the limestone. I have about 1 tablespoon of limestone dilute with 2 cups of water, and we're just gonna soak this just to I don't know, this is the original. I don't know why, but that's what grandparents did. Okay, I'm just doing what grandparents did here. Soak this into the limestone water here, and I'm not sure why. Maybe I don't know why. I didn't ask why, but if I don't do it, I think I might not get it. I might not have the right texture. I'm not sure. Okay, so and that's why it's hard for me to stand with any nation. Okay, but like I said the other day, I stand with justice. I stand with righteousness. If Cambodia was to be bullied, being inhumanity, being fierce, being evil, then I will say Cambodian are being evil and being atrocious. Okay, but if Thailand did do the same thing, I will not stand what evil doing. Okay, I believe in peace. I believe in justice, and that's why I come to America. I don't care what anybody else say about our country here. Okay, this is my home. I suffer a great deal to get here. Okay. From Ho Chi Minh bomb trail to genocide to camp life and to being prejudiced against and all that. You know, it take a little bit of journey to be able to stand right here in front of you and no longer subject to being abused anymore. I'm a woman who live in a free country, have been liberated, learned the cost of the war, been there and done that. So I still love both countries. I will go back again. I was saying if I have the means to go, and now I would go, so that I can't leave my mom. Right now my mom needs me here to look after her and a few other things, you know. I mean, I just got back from Cambodia and Thailand this time last year, you know. I came back home this time last year, today and last year. And my family in Cambodia, 3 of my second cousin are getting married. So my cousin already called me up and asked me, Bong, are you going to come to our children's wedding? It's in Battambang, Cambodia. Okay. I already called my uncle up in Thailand and see if he's going, because those are his sister's kids. No, those are his sister's grandkids. So my mom, not grandkid. Yeah, my mom's sister's grandkids. My mom, daughters. My mom's sister, daughter, kids. So my second cousin. No, yeah, my second cousin. So complicated. I'm sorry about that. So yes, I'll go back again. If I have the means to go right now, I'm not fierce, near the country. I would love to be somewhere volunteering, you know, to be honest with you. I want to do that. But my mom won't let me because she's scared, and she told me if I'm not here, who's going to take care of her? You know, so I didn't want to stress her too much. I talked to my uncle in Thailand, and where he's at, he's about 200 miles away from the front line. And some of the family members are a lot closer, like in Aranya Patet is a lot closer, near the borders. So those, they evacuated. My own family evacuated, and I still have a lot of family live across the border. I have to send you the picture. I have to share a video where I was standing between the 2 borders when I went to Cambodia. It's where my family lived live next door to the border. So I call him up, hey, cousin, you're not evacuated to Battambang to be with the family. Oh no, you're not leaving. We're gonna stay right here. We're gonna stay and fight. So I said, do you have guns? I said, gun? Cambodian people are not allowed to have guns. Dang, you should have gun. But my cousin, the male cousin, he worked as, I think, zone leader or zone governor. So I said, for being zone governor, you have no gun? No, they don't allow you to have gun. Only the soldier have gun, and the police have gun. Cambodian people are not allowed to have guns. I said, well, I feel lucky here in America. I have like many guns. I don't know what it's for, but we have it. You know, I mean, my daughter is crazier than I am, so just me alone, I have 2. My daughter have more. We in Nevada where gun is legal, so, and open to carry is legal, so you don't have to have license to carry gun, but you got to show it though. It looks so cute. Yeah, I sleep with gun, so that's why I said I'm cute, cuddle, and dangerous. People think that I'm joking. I'm not. If you step in the wrong door, you get it. Why? Hey, you know, I have the right to protect myself. You know, when we're not at war country, don't matter. There's shit going on. Even I'm not at war country, you know. I deal with every day. Just the other time when we were at the health club, this old man was like, he want trouble. So my daughter and I, we have to calm down my daughter, because she's serious. So, you know, when I'm around her, when somebody piss her off, dang, you know, I got to contain her, because she's like, I'm an American. That's so my, let's calm down. You know, so anyway, so here we go. Let me give you the estimate of the measurement here and how many cups we have here. Okay. And to all of you, Dre, hey, come on over. Damaged kids, talking to you early. Hello to you too. Yes, I'm cooking as ever. You know, I mean, that's gonna be my YouTube channel. Has been my YouTube channel for about 2 years now. A little bit over 2 years. I made it through the threshold one. Not yet. I'm still working on getting my monetizing. So maybe at the end of this year or next year, perhaps 2, 3, 4. Exactamente. I have 5 cups. Half of the kabocha pumpkin or squash, my bad. Okay. There you go. If you cook for yourself, go ahead and do 1 cup. And then you kind of have to guess and reduce your recipe, your ingredients, all right? So today is very basic. I have the kabocha. I have the tapioca, right? And then, well, thank you for sending out a comment, okay? I will read it. And then coconut milk, okay? So this is the only one I have. I should have like a big one, you know, so it's not going to be as creamy because I think I used all my product and I forgot to get some. And I'm about to rush to the store right now. So I'll do what I have, okay? If this is not enough coconut milk, then I'm not going to cry about it. So next time we'll put more. And then a little bit of salt, okay? You know that in order to, oh, sugar, yeah. I'm going to use the pure cane sugar, okay? That is about what I have. I have about a quarter cup of palm sugars. I think my daughter want to use for something else, so I'll spare her this because I used all of her palm sugars for my last sweet making. So I'm gonna leave some for her. She like to cook with it too. All right, so let's do this. Okay, we wanted to start this by I'm gonna use this pan here. I mean the pot here. Okay, let me change it over just a little bit so you can see. Okay, ignores everything else. Okay, because it's like mean chuck. Ah, close enough. What do you think? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start our cooking coconut milk. Okay. Be nice. Thank you. Thank you. We all deserve to be protected, to be safe, to be free of coercion, to be free of fears, to live in a land that's free. You too. All of us are. Okay, that's why war is no good for any human being. Oh, I forgot this is like, it had the easy pop up. I don't need it anymore. I was looking for this thing. I'm like, where is this can opener? Dang, I don't even look at what I have already here. It's so easy. Sometimes if I will stop to investigate, I will avoid a lot of hasting. Okay, so okay, I'm not endorsed by this brand. Okay, so I should do about 1.5 of these. Okay, but this is 13.5 typically. So I'm gonna do half because I wanted to come back and do the other half to make this thing look so good. Typically, if I want this to be clear looking, I would use regular granulate the white sugar. We call it that, pure white sugar. But today I have pure cane sugar. It's not processed, so it's kind of brownish. So my sweet will be brownish. That's fine. I don't mind. Okay. So because the pumpkin is not as sweet as the bananas, so we're gonna be using quite a few of these. Okay, I'm gonna do about if I use a cup, it'll be too much. I'll do half of a cup. If it's not kicking, we can come back and add just a bit more. Okay, but to be on the safe side, we're gonna do about half a cup. This is half a cup of sugar. And you're welcome to use any kind of sugar or substitute sugars. If you don't have coconut milk, you're welcome to use condensed milk or milk even. Okay, it will, but then it does not have that same cream textures as the coconut milk. Okay. Right, so here I have my coconut milk is processing, it's boiling. I'm gonna let it boil for another minute or two. To do this, the longer you cook the coconut milk, the more of the coconut oil. So this is the process of making the coconut oil. Okay. Yeah. I still have this grenade right here. Okay, I refrigerated because I'm afraid it's gonna go bad. It's still liquid in here. It still sounds fresh. There's no mold growing, so we're gonna have to come back and minimize some of this because I have two. I went to the grocery store the other day and it was a few dollars cheaper than the local market, so I thought let me grab a few, and then I didn't get a chance to cook it, so we can have to crack this baby and make a dessert out of it. Okay, so from these to these and to cooking. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't forget, it's good with the skin too. Look how it shines, and it helps minimize. If you use it regularly though, you have to use it all the time. I used this for so many years, and oh yeah, I got this from the back, from the garden. Meaning that you're gonna have to use this for years, not just like overnight that, oh, my wrinkle's still there. No, it does not work that way. It takes years of applications of the coconut oil on your skin. Okay, so at 62, still look good, right? So coconut oil does a lot of good for your skin, for the hair, for the nail. I don't have much nail anymore because I cook every day, clean too much, and my nails stressed out, you know. So, but yes, coconut oil sure is good for your skin, it's good for your hair, it's good for cooking. So pack it up, right? So I'm just telling you some secret. Anyway, all right, so it's boiling. Okay. It's a center some oil. I'm gonna go ahead and add my sugar. Okay. We're gonna do have a cup, remember, because I don't have a recipe for this. I'm just guessing it also because why? Because each time I cook, it's a different it's a different intake. You know, I'm not cooking for commercials. No, I'm not cooking for commercial. I'm cooking for family. I cook what I have, so I have to figure out how many are gonna go in there. So, in my experience of cooking, I know pretty much what's gonna take to make a delicious meal. Okay, and to help elevate the level of the sweetness, salt does it wonder. Okay, I don't know how the chemical between the cross chemical of this are, but then they seem to go well. Salt and sugars. If you do sweet, okay, like baking cookie, you need salt also and sugars. That's not as much as sugar though, but then you still need a little salt to get that flavor. Put it in there, baby. Go in there and marry it to this sugar guy. All right, so now I have my coconut going. I'm gonna fill up a little bit of, I still have a little bit, I'm gonna add it toward the end to give that finished look, okay? Because I only have 1 can of coconut, so. All right, so the sugars is boiling. Let me sample it. Now for now, the sugars, it's pretty good, but then we're gonna add about a cup of water, no, not a cup, probably a few cups. So I know that if I add another half cup of sugars, we are in the marriage. Because remember now, I do this without the liquid. Once we add the liquid, it's going to dilute the sugars into a very low sugars. There you go. Because this pure cane sugar right here is not as sweet as a regular sugar. I don't know why. I think that the process of granulated sugars, they might add something to it. You know, I'm not sure because I have not read the story of it, but I know that it said pure cane sugars. It came from the sugar cane plantation. They extract it, process it. They said that it was organic, it was pure cane sugar. They chopped down the cane sugar, the plantation, went to the process, extract the juice from the, hold on, let me lower this before. Extract the juice, go into the process, and make sugar out of this. Same thing with coconut, went through from that shell into the can. Okay. My water wasn't boiling, so I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 cups first. See how it goes. Because I have a lot of pumpkin also, so I might very well end up about 4 cups. Let me add 2 more cups and then we'll know. It's supposed to be boiling water. I forgot about it, so because boiling water will allow my pot to boil instantly. So there we go. I think 4 cups of water is about the equal amount of this pumpkin I have here. Okay, so we have 5 cups. Did you guys remember 5 cups, right? And 1/4 cup of tapioca right here. I don't have to cook the tapioca separately because I soak it overnight. So it's already processed, it's melting, so but it still has a little ball still. Okay. Pearl, they call it pearl. Yeah. Oh, hold on. It's a pearl like that. Okay, so when it's going to the heat, it'll cook quickly, so I don't have to worry about cook it separately. Normally I'll cook it separately. Okay, let me sample it now with 4 cups of water. See what it will do. It's low in sugar, but I think I'll keep it that way because I don't want to jeopardize anybody's health, because especially my mom and the grandkid who love sweet. So by help them stay healthy as a cook, I control the sweet intake. But I feel that the salt is still minimal, so I'm gonna use another half just to help our brother's sugars to like spike up the sweetness. So overall we're gonna have 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, it sounds a lot, but then remember we have 4 cups and then 13 ounces of coconut milk. Okay, so there. So this is very basic, right? As you see that we only need tapioca, we need the kabocha, or if you use banana, you can. If you use yam, you can. If you use taros too. Okay, you can do this with taros. You can do it with bananas. You can do it with yam. You can do it with squash, like I do here. Okay, so many ways to cook your sweet with this same process here. Okay, that's how I learned it. Okay, if I learn one particular dessert, I can like add a dessert with no problem because came from the same branch. So the only thing we'll be liking here would be the coconut milk, because if I have another can of this, it would be like very, very, very creamy. But I could have add ooh, hold on. Oh yeah. There we go. See, luck is on my side. So I have about 1/2 a can here of. I used this the other day. I forgot. I still have about 1/2 of can here. Yes. Ooh. Let me see. Let me check it, okay? No, it didn't look good. I might have it in the fridge too long. I don't want to risk anybody's health. So I'm gonna settle what I have. Okay, 113.5 ounces of coconut milk. So, here we go. once the water boils, we will go ahead and add our kabocha and the tapioca pearl. It's simple. So you want to try at home, you're most welcome. Okay. And I promise you that it's going to be delicious dessert, especially if you freeze it. If you put it into, last time when I with the banana or the tattos, I put it in this little cup here and freeze it for the grandkids, and they keep asking for more. I said, Grandma, do you have any more of that ice cream? Even my daughter did the same way. I said, Mom, do you still have that ice cream you made? Nope, you ate it all. So it would be Christmas before I cook that again. So she laughed. Yeah. It's not enough coconut milk in there. I might drop by the store and get another can and put it in, but for now. Okay, let's move our pumpkin into the pot. And we're gonna drain it. I'm using Mama V measured at 5 cups of kabocha, okay. And then we can go ahead and add our tapioca pearls also, okay, because we want them all to cook at the same time. I only have 1/4 cup of tapioca pearl. This will be plenty, and it'll help thickening the liquid from the cooking here, because tapioca is very starchy. As is tapioca starchy, this is what the Chinese chef or the Thai chef use to thicken their stir fries. In America, we use, what do we use? We use cornstarch. But in Asia, they use tapioca starch to thicken the sauce, the gravy, and the dessert. Okay. So it looks amazing. I know that it's lack of coconut milk. If I were to have my way right now, I will add another half can, perhaps can. But because I make this work, it may not be the best creamy-ish, but at least I got rid of the kabocha. You know, if the kabocha, I just noticed that I had it for the last 2 weeks, so it was still fresh. I wrap it really nice. If I leave it longer, it could have gone through a process of being spoiled and perhaps the mold establishment and stuff like that. So if I leave it outside, it can be very well preserved also, but not too many days. But thus far, the kabocha I can keep in the fridge for many days, but not too long though. I had for the last at least 10 days. Yeah, so it was still pretty good. So dessert today is the final. It's a final call for the kabocha. So I don't have this leftover kabocha anymore, it's it's being cooked. First, I was gonna make soup out of it. Khmer people have this delicious recipe for cooking the kabocha with the chicken or pork, okay, or fish. Yes, because I'm not very fan of. Oh, I'm not gonna say that. You know, when you reach certain age, you no longer have toleration for the game smell, the fish smell. So there's certain fish that I'm okay. The salmon is still pretty strong for me, but swordfish I found it very, very pleasant because it doesn't have that like crazy fish smell, you know, like salmon and trout. They still have that strong smell, but I have to use a lot of ingredient, a lot of you call it, a lot of herbs and spices to help minimize the game smell. Okay, so that's why I love fish. Growing up on eating fish as our main staple, rice, vegetable, and fish. The only time where we slaughter domesticate animals is when there's a wedding, when special gathering, during the priesthood ceremonies and the Buddhist celebration, the commemoration, and then they might slaughter the duck, chicken, or if it's a big event such as weddings, such as funeral, then they will slaughter pig and cow. I think I was telling you guys a story while waiting for this to process. When I was a child, my parents already like planned on marrying me off to, because in Cambodia, they arranged the kids, right? Especially the girl and the boy too. You know, we don't get to date, we don't get to court, we don't get to choose our own husband or wife. The parents always be the guardianship of the marriage, and they arrange it with their old friends. They make that with thoughts in the womb, you know, and when you're born and you become suitable companions for life, and you marry your kids. And in the Cambodian tradition, men will have to be able to come up with dowries. You know, if he doesn't have money in the bank, he have to present dowries in term of giving the land to the bride family or to the bride, or the cow, the pig, the chicken, the farm, the fish, the gold, the silver, the rice, the home. So those are the dowries, okay? That's what the man's supposed to present to the girl in order to show to her parent that they are capable of taking care of their daughters. If you cannot afford such and such, then the men will have to come into the family and serve the family until their heart is softened and he qualified for receiving the hand of their daughter and they come in as servant. Or the man will go serve the family first and get to know the girl, get to know the family before he received the gift in the hands exchanged for marriage. So I was too young at the time when I left the country. I was only about 10. So even at 10 years old, my dad already he had pig growing. Well, he already had me raise my own pig for my own wedding feast. So he went and bought the sow, the female pig, they call sow, SOA thing. Okay. So my sow had babies, had piglet, and my dad built like the pig pen way on the other side of the house, so that way we don't have to smell anything. So my responsibility was to take care of my pig and the baby piglets. So one day when I have enough piglet, I can sell it and make my own money, and I can earn the saving from, because we don't have banking. My dad saved the money and gold and silver under the blanket, under the bed. That's what Asian people do. But don't go search and somewhere else for those. Now they do banking. Now they don't have those things in their home anymore. But in the day, yeah, like my great grandparents saved the money in the bamboo tube and into the rice mill, you know. So that's not happening anymore. I don't know how Cambodian people save their money these days, or Thai people. But in the day where where the banking was limited, and the banking system was not existed. So people save the money at home in the earth jar and whatever concealed from human eye. So yeah, I have piglet. I have about 6 to 8 piglets. So each time when I have plenty of piglet, first my dad have to get her pregnant. Nope, hold on. Have to take her to the hog and have him make baby with her and pay the hog owner, and my pig got pregnant. Myself got pregnant. I think the first piglets family came, like 6 piglet, and we sold that to the villagers, and then I already earned some saving already. My dad already got saving from selling the rice and the crop from the field. So if I were to be arranged with somebody, meaning that I already have my own resource, my own money, they're going to be married into a family who already have some establishment. Because my dad had a lot of farm, had lands, had herds, and had people that help him in the farm. In fact, my dad has his own servant. What happened is that when some of the villagers had too many children and they don't have land to farms, or they can afford to take care of the kids, and they were sent to people who able to help take care of the kids in exchange for the commodities, for provisional, for rice, or for meat, or for money, for exchange. The servant get to live with us. They're not doing cooking, they're not doing cleaning, they're not doing the household domestic responsibility. Their job is to help my dad in the farm, care for the herd, caring for the farm, caring for the garden, caring for the crops. They're not doing the washing and cleaning, thing like that. No, they'll be working in the farm with my dad. So, and that's why our responsibility at home was to cook for my parents. I learned that from beginning too, So yeah, so I have my own saving already, selling. So I have that pig for many years, and the pig, she's a pig, so she bear kids about twice per year. So she pregnant for about 6 months, and she would tender for her piglet for another 6 months, and then the whole cycle she gave 2 set of birth. Well, happiness comes in the end, because one day my dad got mad at my pig. So he unalived her because she was protecting her piglet, and some duckling and some chickie went into my pig pen and eat the food of the pig, and then the pig got mad at the chickie, and she deliberately ate the chick. So when my dad found out about it, he was angry. So he go, and then the pig died, and the whole village had feast out of my pig, and I was crying my heart out, and I cried for many days, because I was connected to that mother pig. It was a gift from him, and I took care of her for many years, and her piglet. Though I didn't get connected with the piglet, because each time the piglet is old enough to give away or sold it, and my dad was sold it. So, but with the mother pig, I was connected to her because I fed her, and she know who I am, and I gave her a name too, so we were connected. So when she unalive, and the whole village celebrate eating my pig, and so I'm like, okay. So I didn't like that. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't eat my pig. So that was the story of me, because my dad believed that girl need to be, not just girl though, the boy too, and that they're going to be arranged. Okay, so. But luckily, well, not luckily, the war came in between, and we lost everything. even the money that that was from the selling my piglets was gone. Yeah, that was gone. So that was the house that on the top of the river. I told you, the one that I was supposed to know how to swim, but I never know how to swim because we live on the top of riverbank, and I don't know what the problem is that I don't know how to swim. But I guess there was no swimming lessons, and the river. The reason that I think I fear of the river because the reason was that it's because of the flash flood. You know, in Cambodia during the monsoon season, it had instant flash flood. So when it rained days and night for a week, all of a sudden the water rise up to like over the top of your neck and over everything and flooded everywhere. I think that's what I'm scared of, is that. Okay, right. So let me sample my Kabocha dessert. The cooked kabocha, it smells so good. You know what? If we make this into ice cream, you're gonna solve someone's heart. Yeah. So, yeah. Let this cool down. The kabocha seem to cook really well because it's very, we chop it really fine. Remember. The smell of the kabocha and the pale cane sugar and the coconut milk. It smells. Imagine that you're making cheesecake right now. Not bad. This is good. So, I will get her out from the heat. If I overcook it, she won't be happy with me. So the remainder of the coconut milk, I have about not quite half cup, okay? It might be because I used 1/3, so it's about 1/4 of the cup. 1/4 is greater than 1/3. Yeah. For those who are math major, because I'm not good in math, I passed my algebra class by favor. My algebra teacher was messing with me because I was 21 years old at the time. I didn't know. I thought high school kids were just same age. I didn't know American educational system. So was in the grades of Lincoln High School. My counselor, Miss Morrison, and Dean Wilson, the principal. They left me in high school for 4 years. I was in school for 4 years until I was turned 21, graduated. I thought, I never knew until I learned that, well, you know, kids graduate from high school when they're 14, they were 16, the older will be 18, if you fall in certain birthday, 19, 21 and a half, and I don't know anybody noticed it, but I did anyway. So here we go. The kabocha is a killer because it tastes so good. I set my camera a certain way on YouTube. That's why I have to lean over because it cut off my head. Because if I put it up there and I keep looking up, you say, what is she looking at? Now, I don't know. I got to learn how to set up my camera right. I know there's no IT here. So Chef Vana is a chef and the IT. I have to do everything myself here. Oh, look at the pearl. Anyway, I don't know if you can see it or not, but the pearl is so clear. That's why you can't see it. Yeah. Anyway, so. That's it. Hit the spot. So let me go get a fancy bowl so that we can put this fancy dessert for you. Okay. I'm gonna thicken up this coconut milk the coconut cream that I have here. Let me add a little bit of, should I? Yes. A little bit of tapioca flour to thicken it. That way when I embellishing on the top of my bowl, it'll be like sitting perfect instead of running all over. Give me a second. Let me come back with fancy bowl. It brought to you by this fancy bowl. It's my priceless possession. This depicts 1700 bone colors. This made from England. Okay, it's very fancy. I was fortunate. I had this for the last 30 years. It must have been in the family for many centuries. No, not century, decade. Maybe century, I'm not sure. Decade? Anyway, so I have a whole set of this. It's so beautiful, so precious. I kept this from the grandkids. No hand touched this but mine. Because I have two sets of my beautiful, expensive China blue print. For the last 5 years, I have just a few left. Just like, this is part of it here. Because my grandkids are rough, you know. I broke a few, I'm not going to say just them, you know. Anyway. Let me add a little bit of thickening for this. This is tapioca flours, thickeners. I just need a little bit, not much, because I only have about what, quarter of cups of I just want to thicken them. If this would do. Bring you over. No, can't do that because. Ooh. Let me add a pinch of salt. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. Remember, this here is the dessert for the king. I'm the queen, so Your Royal Highness, let's serve. Not bad. This is good. I like it. I think it's perfect. Okay. Look at the color. And I promise you that you won't be able to get this anywhere. Lucky if you go to Cambodia or Thailand, go to the dessert shop and you will get this. Other than that, you are most privileged to eat this. All right, girlfriend. Let me see. Got a little bit thicker than when it started. But want me to sample this? Remember, we eat a little bit of salt in it. Go ahead. This is like whipped cream, okay? This is what it is, whipped creams. There you go. Oh yeah, this cup is so fancy, look. It got handle. It's not coffee cup, okay? This is the dessert cup. Only late centuries, not late century, early century will make this kind of dessert cup. Okay. Look at this, look at the print. There's a coffee cup to go with it too. I have the whole set, the dinnerware, the dinner set, all the tray and all that. It's very fancy. I have to bring it out and show it to you. That's why I said, no kid around this thing. I have to get locked because my grandkids are serious too. Because if they don't want to wash the dishes over there, they start doing things. You know, they start going to into my China herds and say, hand off my property. You can touch anything, eat anything, save for the one in the China herds. I have 2 of them. All right, so here we go. The Kabocha tapioca and cream. Hey. All right, I'm going to talk over my food. Oh. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I think so. So, because when I collect these here, my whole intention was to have possessions of some authentic, some classic plate, bowl, chinaware. In fact, I have whole collections of silver spoons, silverware. Okay, I have tea sets. I have the silver spoon, knife, and all that. I collect those. And you know where you collect all these? Not Macy, not Dillard's, maybe, but those, I don't know how pure they are. Okay, so some of these are pure silver, like the really quality China ware. So if you get lucky, you can go to a secondhand store, you can go to thrift store, Salvation Army, anything like that. Okay, so a lot of people who have passed away, the great grandparents who have possession of this, they finally release the energy. You know, I possess them. So nothing happened to me so far. I love it. I inherit this, whoever the original owner was. I do thank you for passing down their belongings, and it's in my possession. So my goal is to pass it down to my daughters. One or two, or all of them shall have, because I have at least 5 sets of different chinaware that in my collections, and they're quite expensive too. Even to get it from the secondhand store, they hold the values. So don't say that, oh yeah, $4.99. No, maybe $499, maybe, because there's one set I got from there like $4.99. That's like from the secondhand store. I mean, it can be $4,099 maybe, when you come from, consider the age, the quality, the make, and the circulations of these, like in the perfect, there's no cracking, there's no chipping, the color is still intact, the print is still intact, so it holds values. So I'm leaving this legacy with my kids, hopefully that they will value the values. I don't have $1 million in the bank. I don't have I don't have Jaguar. I don't have Lamborghini. I don't have all that fancy stuff. I don't have $50 million worth of diamond ring, thing like that. But I'm leaving something far beyond love, because this is something I love dearly. So that would be the legacy of love, and hopefully that it'll stay in good hands in 100 years from now. I also collect a lot of books, the classic book, the novel. One of my favorite author is Barbara Cartland, and she left us a long time ago. She is one of the Dean Noun's favorite, one of the novelists, romance novelists from England. If you Google Barbara Cartland, I mean, she wrote some of the most beautiful love stories. So I had about a couple hundred volumes of her novels. So way up on the on the library, far away on the top, so that the kids don't play with it. I told my kids those are collectible item. I don't want it to, though it was damaging. Some of my book was damaged when I have it on the shelf, and it got planted on top, and I overwater it, and then the water got into some of my collectible books. They stuck together. I have to pierce it out and damage a few volumes. But on that, Barbara Cullen and Janet Daly, I mean, I read so many romantic stories. I'm supposed to be a very romantic woman. I love taking care and love my men, and in a way that's profound. Okay? So not just from reading the novels, the romance novel, it's from the heart. It's from a love of me to give a man with dignity, with love, because of that reciprocity of love that's given to me. So I'll do my best to reciprocate, not because I'm reading those love novels from Barbara Cartland, from Janet Daly, and like that. No, it was already in me, that compassion that I have for my kid, for my sweetheart, for my mom, for my dad. It embedded in here. Way before I read about Barbara Cartland. Now, remember, I'm in Cambodia. I didn't read any languages. I didn't know anything about the third world. I didn't know anything about England, America, nothing. I never heard anything, because I was like a farm girl, ignorant of everything. No TV, baby radio, like old VTU, battery operated with antenna, and we live in a farm. We can't hear very much, but my dad has it. We hear the song. So I learned Sinsisut song. I learned process tea, Miss Simon, and all of that, so I grew up with just like that, that battery operated radio. That's all we have. We don't have TV. We don't have nothing. So everything is simple. So anyway, that is a true story of my life. And here I'm in America. It's a blessing, far beyond blessing. And every day my heart is gladdened because I'm alive, and that looking back in what happened to my birth country now, went through war, went through major turmoils, and so that's why I was down, because I have those feelings, I have those love, I have those concern for my country and my birth land and my ancestor land also. Both country. It's a love, it's a connection. It's it's a connection. So thank you for tuning in today. I love you being here for me. I appreciate you. Like I said again, the sweet kabocha. My very own family recipe, given to you with love and appreciations. Tried it out. You need help, just shout out. Okay, very simple, right? I will include this recipe onto the YouTube description. I can do more on YouTube channels, on TikTok. It's still limited space, I mean, even just to do hashtag only do like a little bit. On YouTube, allow you to do 500, hashtag, and give you like 5,000 word of description and all that. So it was a lot more platform, broader aspect of platform where I can list things, I can download thing without limitation. But TikTok is great, but I only can do like clip here and there and there. But most of all, I love people on TikTok. Look at the heart I'm gaining today. Oh, I got 777. Thank you for the heart. I'm sure that my sweetheart does that. He supported me to the endless, and my children do the same way. My grandkid is sitting there, sending heart, and thank you so much, Grandma. Love you. Love my kid. Appreciate and love all of you for your sincere support. And if you be so kind enough to jump over to YouTube, if you be able to, if you have your account, welcome to sign in and subscribe. I know a lot of you don't have YouTube account, so you can't subscribe, but you can go on YouTube and you'll be able to watch. Even you don't subscribe, if you visit with me, you can. That appreciate also, right? So today cooking is very basic, very fun, very delicious, and like I said, if you want ice cream, put it into the cone, not the cone. You can put in the cone too, and you can put in the ice cream, a little ice cream maker, and you can blend this. You can blend this and make perfect ice cream, or make perfect drink, ice drink. Okay, and if not, just have what I have here. I'm gonna serve my mom. She loves sweet, and sweet gave her the energy. And because my mom can't eat a lot of regular food anymore, so stuff like this will help her. So I always make sure that I not only cook, I also make dessert to please my mom. Something that she likes, something that she remember from her growing up, enjoying this from her family, from her mom and dad, and her grandparents, which are my great-grandparents that I was fortunate to have been born and be around them at the time. Okay. Anyway, you be safe where you at. If you're in the morning, good morning to you. If you're in the evening, good evening to you. In the afternoon, in between, in the afternoon. And my grandson, he's about 8 hours different. He's in Bournemouth in England. So send love and send thought and wish well and to my grandson and his soccer team from Las Vegas. Anyway, love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for your support. And I will leave you for now. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll think of something delicious to share with you. Okay, and maybe tomorrow we'll do something different. It's not a rice. Maybe we do a noodles dish together. And all right, so I already got my grocery ready for tomorrow. Let's get back on here. I learned that if I'm on here different times, you guys are here more often, and I hear access more on certain times. So I'm trying to find out what's the best time for me here so that I can read to all of you. Okay. Anyway, I'm done for today. I appreciate all of you. Send loves and hugs to those who who in distress, who those who suffer from whatever the try in your life and tribulations and adversity to go through your life. Okay, remember that we all gone through it too. Just stay strong, pray always. You know, we came from the same parents, so let's pray. Let's heal each other, help each other heal. Okay. Sorry.